Alright, I'm in. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Alan Pope, what's going on? Amanda's going to invite in. I hope everybody had a great Saturday. Hey, Crystal, what's going on? I hope everyone's having a great Saturday. Real quick, so what I'm about to do, people are asking. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Thanks everybody that's in here for watching. I'm going to try to give it a second for some people to come in here. People are kind of asking what exactly it is that I do. I don't think people are really informed on exactly what a handicapper is, or as far as sports advising goes, what that means, what service I provide. So I figured I'd come on here and give an EOS. If anyone doesn't know what an EOS is, that's just an explanation of services. Because I need people to understand what it is that I do. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys my explanation of services, so then maybe you can understand, because I have kind of people calling me that I think they're interested in doing business with me and becoming a client, but they're not really sure how everything works because they don't understand maybe the terminology, or they don't understand the verbiage and stuff like that. Now, do have a couple clients, and I will share with you guys that they're happy, man. They're very happy. Today was a huge day. Huge day. Now, before I start, I do want to emphasize that I have a system and a formula that has been proven to work and win. I guarantee that there will be an ROI at the end of the year. I do not guarantee my picks on the games. They are against the spread. Against the spread, if you see me use the term ATS, that means against the spread. That means that, hold on a second, guys. Okay. Okay. That means against the spread. ATS means against the spread. So can everyone see this board? If you can see the board, give me a 1. Everybody hang in here. Before I get started, I do want to say prayers out to everyone in Florida right now. There's a major hurricane going on. So prayers out to everyone in Florida, to everyone that's watching. It looks like I've got Austin Stradling in here. How are you, Tanya? How are you doing? Morgan Hargraves, what's going on? Morgan knows how this works. So I'm going to give an explanation of my services, so everyone can kind of understand what I'm doing. I have a radio show now, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on AM 730 here in Memphis, where you can also hear and kind of learn a little bit more. So this is my system. Is that reading right? Is that reading right from left to right?
Hold on, it's blurry.
It is blurry.
You need to turn it, or do you have it turned around?
Okay, I can do that.
Steve Green said help me on DraftKings.
Okay, is that better, Amanda? Can you see that?
It's still blurry.
It's blurry. Is it reading good from right to left?
I can't see anything.
Okay. Alright, hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for staying in here. So I'm just going to get started. Hopefully y'all can see. I have a system, okay? This is how it works. I have 1 unit, a 2 unit, a 3 unit, 4 unit, and 5 unit. So the way I determine whether or not a game is a 1 unit play, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, or 5 unit, I handicap all of the games prior to kickoff. Now what that means is before the lines are dropped in Vegas, I have my own prediction on what I think the spread should be on the game and what I think the total should be, okay? So a 1 unit play means that the spread, that what I believe the spread is and what they actually drop is 4 points, is 4 to 5 points off. So 4 to 5 points off against the spread or on the total. Okay? So, for instance, say that I let's see, today, for instance, we had a 5-unit play on, we had a 5-unit play on Cincinnati, okay? Cincinnati was a 30, here, let me go through the system first. 2-unit, 6 to 7 points off of what I believe the spreader total was. A 3-unit selection means it was 8 to 9 points off. A 4 and a 5, try to do this quick, means it was 9 to 10 off. And then a 5-unit is 12 points or off. So, for instance, today we had Cincinnati Bearcats. I had 2 5-unit plays. I didn't have one last week because I didn't have a game handicapped that was 12 points off of what I had. So, however I handicapped the game and what Vegas releases, depending on this right here, is how I rate the play. Now, just for instance, say you're a $100 bettor. On average, you bet $100 on a game. That means you would bet 1 unit, meaning 1 unit is $100. If you're a regular $100 bettor game and I have a 5-unit play, that means I'm telling you basically to bet $500. That's how confident I am. 3-unit, $300, and so on and so forth. At the end of the year, we add and subtract the losses, including 10% on the juice, and then you determine how we did at the end of the year. So we had Cincinnati. They were a 34.5-point underdog, and they were playing Michigan. Michigan played a big game last week against Florida. They won the game. Huge letdown spot. They were at home. I had the game handicapped at Cincinnati plus 17.5. So Cincinnati plus 17.5. That's what Ace had. That's what I had it handicapped on Monday, okay? Las Vegas dropped the line. Cincy plus 34.5. So when I'm looking at the lines on Tuesday morning, boom, glaring difference, okay? There's a 17-point difference. So I look at injuries, I look at depth charts, I look at the coaching matchup, I look at the head-to-head matchup, I look at what I expect the team to do based on the research that I've done throughout the summer. I look at all these other things that are part of my formula, and then I go to the system, okay? And there's a 17-point differential. 17-point differential means automatic 5-unit play on Cincinnati. Okay? Today, Cincinnati played Michigan. Final score, we're getting 34.5 points, 36 to 14. Cincinnati lost by 22 points, okay? So they lost by 22. I had it handicapped at 17.5. Vegas had it at 34.5, which is what my clients put the bet in at. 34.5. I think some of them got it at 34. And we won because they lost by 22, meaning they covered the spread. Spread was plus 34. They lost by 22. So we covered by 12.5 points. 5-unit play, anything that's off 12 points or more, okay? Another 5-unit play that I had today was the over in the USC. Y'all hang with me. I just want to explain. I want everybody to understand. Thanks, everyone, for hanging in. Another 5-unit. By the way, today I went 3-0-1 against the spread. The one I pushed on one game, North Carolina plus 12. The line came out at 12.5. We got it at 12. We pushed. So I was basically, 1 point away or a half a point away from going 4-0. My record now on the year, last week and this week combined, is 11-4-1 against the spread. Everything's documented. The losses are documented. How much they lost by. My wins are documented. How much we won by. And so let's do a total, for instance, so you guys understand how the total works. We just covered a spread. So USC played Stanford. All right. The total on the game, meaning both teams' points, I handicapped at 68. Okay? So I handicapped 68 total points in the game, meaning I believed after watching Stanford and Rice and watching USC and what they did last week that it would be a high-scoring game. Vegas dropped the lines at 55.5. Okay? So you subtract that, you get 12.5. You go to the system, 12 points or more. Automatically, 5-unit play. The game, USC, 42. Stanford, 24. 66 total points. 2 points off of what I handicapped. Let's see. I think we got it at 56 is what it ended up at. So we covered by 10 points. That's a 10-point cover. So that's a 10-point cover, okay? Now, let's go to another game that we had today. We also, our other win, South Carolina, was plus 2.5. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. I just want everybody to understand. I feel like there's a lot of people that are interested in becoming a client, that are interested in doing this, maybe just playing with it. We had South Carolina. I handicapped the game. South Carolina, -4 on the road versus Missouri. Okay? That's what I handicapped it. The lines came out. Wrong team was favored. They had Missouri -2.5. So we ended up getting South Carolina plus 2.5. That's a 6.5-point differential. So I go down to my system, 6 to 7 points, 2-unit play. It won South Carolina 31 to 13. 18-point win. Okay? So if we got them at 2.5, that is a 20.5-point cover. Probably should have made that a 5-unit, but I didn't. It was a 2-unit because I have a system in place. Okay? So I have a formula where I look at trends, coaching matchups, depth charts, look ahead spots, let down spots, coming off a bye week, injury report, defensive line, offensive line matchup, vice versa. Maybe a key player out. There's a ton of weather is a big factor. So I look at all these things. I break the game down with a full write-up. I mean, I can show you. This is my notebook. Full write-ups on all the games. So you know. These are all write-ups on the games. That's garbage. These are write-ups on all the games, so you guys can see. These are all write-ups on the games, okay? That's so just so everyone knows I do my homework. These are all write-ups on games, okay? That's homework. That's homework. Look at that. That's all homework, okay? So I do my homework, okay? I work hard. I spend a ton of time looking at this stuff. I lose too. So now we're going to talk about a loss. The last loss was, hold on a second. The last loss was, we'll just do Florida, Michigan, last week. Thanks everyone for hanging in. So, Florida, Michigan, last week. Florida played Michigan. I had Florida as a 3-point favorite. Stop it, Landon. I had Florida as a 3-point favorite, and then, let's see here. I think it was Michigan. Let's see, I can't remember. Let's see here. Yeah, it was Michigan. It ended up being Michigan -5. So I got 8-point line difference, okay? So instead, if I had Florida -3, I ended up getting Florida +5. There's an 8-point difference. Come down here. Automatic 3-unit. Michigan. Whoa. Lost my board. Michigan, 29. Florida, 17. That's a 12-point loss. So let's see here. So we lost by 4 points. No, we lost by 7 points because it was off. So that's just kind of how I do things, guys. I lost my board here for a second. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate it. I just want everyone to explain how I do everything because I think the verbiage and kind of, you can go to my website. You can kind of see some of my posts. You can listen to me on the radio and not really understand what I'm talking about. And I was just kind of thinking about it in my head. Today was a huge day, man. Today could have been a huge day for people that are interested in playing. I very rarely have 2 5-unit plays. But it's very rare that I handicap a game like this, Florida -3. It ends up being Florida +5. That's an 8-point differential, making it a 3-unit in my system. Granted, it lost last week, because we're going to lose games. I mean, I can't, we lose games. Right now, I'm 11-4, 11-4-1 against the spread. I think that's like 72.5%. It's very, very early. There's a ton of value in the first 6 weeks. The guys in Vegas, they have a group of guys all over the country. It can be a group of coaches, a group of scouts. They all come together. They talk about each game. They determine a line, and that's how they come up with the spread, okay? So what I do, I go through the week ahead. I handicap each game, what I think the line will be, what I think the total will be. I look at what Vegas drops either late Monday night or early Tuesday morning. I compare what they have to what I handicap the game at, and then I go to my system, and then I place a unit selection based on what I had, what they have, and then breaking the game down and determining whether or not did I have it handicapped at that spot because I missed something. Is there something that I don't know about? Is there a player hurt? Is there an offensive lineman hurt? Are they missing a few guys? Did some players get suspended? For instance, the Florida line, I didn't think, I still thought Florida would be favored by 3 because it was down in Texas. I thought Florida was quicker. They're in the SEC. Michigan was inexperienced. There's a lot of reasons. Even though they had 10 guys suspended, including Jordan Scarlett and Callaway, I didn't think that would matter. I still thought Florida should be about a 3-point favorite. SEC versus Big Ten. The odds makers thought otherwise. They thought Florida was a 5-point underdog. I automatically thought that was a ton of value. I made it a 3-unit play, and we lost. Now, one more thing before we get off of here. On a loss, you always have to include juice. So let's just add these 3 games unit-wise up. So the first 2, we won 5 units on each. Okay? So today we won 5 units. Or actually today, we pushed on a game, which was a 3-unit. That was North Carolina +12. We hit the over 56, which was a 5-unit. So 3-unit, push, 5-unit, win, 5-unit on the over Southern Cal and Stanford over, 5-unit win on the, let's see here, on the Cincinnati +34.5, and then let's see, what was the other one? South Carolina was a 2-unit win +2.5. How South Carolina was +2.5 and why I only had it a 2-unit, I have no idea. Missouri is absolutely terrible. Anyways, so you look at this. This is a wash because it pushed. Win, win, win. You got 12 units. So we're up 12 units. If you're $100 better, you're up 1,200. Now let's take this Florida loss and can you come over here, Amanda? So let's take the 12 units that we were up today and let's just throw, hypothetically, this loss in there. It was a 3-unit play, so you would take the 3 units and then you would add 10% juice to 300, which is $30. So it would be minus 3.3 units. So you would subtract the 3.3 units, including the 10% juice, and that comes out plus 8.7 units. Meaning, if the only plays that I had so far this season were those 4 games, those 5 games, the push is a wipeout, the Florida loss, we lose the 3 units plus an additional 0.3 units because of 10% juice. Also, the 2 5-unit wins and the 2-unit wins makes plus 12 units. You take the 12 units, you subtract the 3-unit loss in addition to the 3/10 for juice, because you have to pay your offshore account, your bookie, the casino. You have to pay usually anywhere from 10 to 15% juice, sometimes 5% juice depending on what it is. And that's how you determine this right here. So my weekend picks are $49.95. That includes every play for the weekend. You can get under contract for the season for $500. That gets you every play through the season, plus every bowl selection for the year if there is a game. I don't play every single game. I only play games that I think that there's value in. If you're looking to bet on, if you're a gambler, if you're looking to bet on the big marquee games, for instance, like Ohio State and Oklahoma, there was nothing interesting that I didn't see any value in that. Notre Dame, Georgia, I didn't see anything. There was no value in that according to how I handicapped and what they had. As far as what's another big game that played tonight or today? I don't know. It's been a long day. But long story short, that's kind of how it works. I do have a formula. I do have a system in place that I use. That's my explanation of my services. If anyone's interested, you know how to get a hold of me. You can send me a message on Facebook Messenger, or you can email me at andrew@vanelli.net. Tune in. If you're in Memphis, tune into the radio, AM 730, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., Sports Hour with Ace. I'll go over more handicapping stuff. We'll talk about games, trending topics, NFL. Excited about tomorrow. I have 2 plays tomorrow in the NFL. NFL is a lot tougher. NCAA, there's a whole lot more value because there's 130 teams. But I'm very excited. So listen in. If you're not in Memphis, you can get the TuneIn app on your phone, TuneIn app, and stream it live. Or I believe you can get it on TalkBack Live, and you can stream it there, or on Stitcher if you have an Android, iTunes if you have an iPhone. Thank you guys for watching. That's my EOS. I hope you guys understand a little bit more. If you have any more questions, please contact me at any time, okay? I look forward to talking to you soon. If you're in Memphis and you're interested in sponsoring the radio show, I've got 2 spots available for a title or for a featured sponsor, and then there's unlimited availability for a titled sponsor. Featured sponsor means you would be the featured sponsor for that day's show, where you would get mentioned a few times, and you would have an ad ran for at least, I believe, I know you get the ad ran, 30-second commercial every day throughout the day. If you're a titled sponsor, I would pause to recognize